Bitcoin remains on the wrong side of the $26,000 level following today's announcement that the SEC has a lawsuit against Coinbase. And that's just one day after the agency took a legal action against Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. Well, what does this all mean? Joining us now to discuss the crypto markets is K33 Senior Analyst Vetle Lunde. Welcome, Vetle.
Thank you so much for having me on.
And good to speak to you. So Monday, of course, it started this sort of downturn when the SEC went after Binance. Today, after Coinbase, what's the market reaction? What does the market really think? Is it isolated to these two, or is there a general sense that it's only going to get worse from here?
Well, so initially the market reaction on Monday after the SEC lawsuit against Binance was negative, but it started off slowly, with the market gradually falling down. But as the market readjusted and tokens who were labeled as securities started to tank, traders had to readjust positioning across crypto assets, leading Bitcoin and Ethereum to fall, and then leverage extended the decline. So to some extent, both Bitcoin and Ethereum has seen leverage or overemphasizing the decline due to traders rotating and having to remove collateral and adjust to the changing facts.
Does the potential loss of liquidity, I'm not saying this is happening anytime soon, it's going to be a while before any of these things get settled, but does the potential loss of liquidity have any sort of create any kind of serious concerns in the market? Are we it seems like we're seeing some sort of flocking to the decentralized exchanges. Could this spell the end of the prominence of centralized exchanges in the crypto markets and the rise of the DEXs?
Yeah, this could potentially be a good catalyst for a rise in DeFi, at least for the tokens involved in the current security allegations. So, but for Bitcoin and Ethereum, it seems like the status will remain as is, and the reduced liquidity will definitely have implications in terms of price efficiency across exchanges. And I believe we will see consolidation towards some of the bigger exchanges as liquidity will get concentrated in certain exchanges, whereas liquidity for DeFi projects and also tokens related to DeFi will move in that direction.
Not to be too kind of glib here, but it sort of seems like the market reaction could be worse. I mean, this is the largest crypto exchange in the world, got slammed by the SEC. Now we have Coinbase. I mean, obviously the markets are down, but I feel like it could be a lot worse. I'm not sure if you would agree with that take.
Yeah, I would agree with that take. But at the same time, Binance's US footprint is relatively small compared to their global footprint. So at least yesterday's news shouldn't be that impactful in relation to the major crypto assets, apart from those involved in the security allegations, and in particular also BNB. Whereas the situation would be a bit different with Coinbase. But also the extent of the current SEC's case against Coinbase is quite more shallow.
Yeah, data from Nansen is showing outflows from Binance across all protocols hit more than $700 million over the last 24 hours. Any signs that this is going to slow down? What do you expect to see there?
Yeah, it feels like this has been a constant thing happening for the last 6-7 months with Binance withdrawals originating from bad news. So this happened after FTX collapsed. It happened after BUSD received its Wells notice, and also after the CFTC filing. And now it's happening again. So I'm sure we will see some withdrawals ahead as well. But it shouldn't have any major implications for Binance as a whole.
Who gets affected more, retail or institutional in the long run with all of this happening? I mean, obviously, Binance and Coinbase both had sizable institutional business, but they also had sizable retail business. Ultimately, where will the problem, or who gets affected more?
I think the retail trader in the US is the most hardly impacted. Institutions will find a way, and there are good sources of liquidity apart from these exchanges. Whereas for any retail trader, gaining easy access to the crypto market is getting gradually more challenging. So retail will definitely feel it the hardest.
Vetle, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me on.
That was K33 Senior Analyst Vetle Lunde.